Hey everybody. As of last night, the governor of Georgia, Governor Kemp, has declared a state of emergency here in Georgia, citing supply chain disruptions. The declaration is set to go into effect early tomorrow morning. It will suspend the state and federal limit on the number of hours a commercial truck driver can be on the road. It will prevent trucking companies from forcing ill or fatigued drivers from taking to the roadways, and will require 10 consecutive hours of rest for all commercial truck drivers. The state of emergency also prevents price gouging at the pump for all vehicle fuels. It also eases other roadway restrictions and allows non-citizens holding state driver's license to keep them past their original expiration date. Now, the declaration will run for 30 days, beginning tomorrow and ending May 15th. I find it interesting that he's declared this state of emergency. They've eased taxes on, here in Georgia, they've eased the state taxes on fuel. Biden has been releasing oil from our strategic reserve at a ridiculous rate. But they're still not opening up any kind of drilling or leasing for new oil permits. But all of this is being done supposedly, I'm assuming, to fight rising fuel prices, because the order doesn't address anything to do with food or commodity prices other than fuel. It's mainly just truck drivers, easing restrictions on them, and fuel. So I find it interesting that this is happening now. Gas prices have come down here in Georgia a little bit due to all the lifting of taxes and releasing of oil from the reserves and so forth. But I expect the gas prices to go back up, and I'm wondering if this isn't a preemptive move on the Kemp's part to help control and combat rising gas prices. I find it very interesting that this is happening now, when, from some appearances, it's gotten a little bit better. Although I know personally that it's going to get worse. This might be a sign of things that are coming that is not really being covered in the news. So this is why we prep, folks. This is why we do what we do. And I hope that you are taking active steps to be ready for things like this. You know, I've got some gas put back here. I'm probably going to go out and get another can and fill it up, just to add a little bit to my fuel. And I rotate that. Every time I go fill up my truck, I'll take one of my cans, pour it in my truck, and then fill up the can. That way that along with fuel stabilizer keeps the gas fairly stable and usable for a long period of time. It makes it easier to store. But this order only addresses those two things. It only addresses truck drivers and fuel, which are major issues driving inflation. But this is like putting a Band-Aid on a major wound. This is going to have a limited effect. So be prepared for that. I hope you guys are doing what you got to do, taking steps, taking action to get ready for even more shortages and more difficulties coming. Because I firmly believe it's going to get worse before it gets better. Moments like this where gas prices go down 15-20 cents, or food becomes more readily available for short periods of time, those moments are short periods that give you a chance to bolster your supplies, to fill in any gaps that you might have. Take advantage of them, because we don't know how many we're going to get before things fall apart. I've spent most of this week working in my garden and trying to make sure that I'm growing as much food as I possibly can. I've got just about every pot I have planted with something. My garden, compared to last year, I don't think I can get another plant or another seed planted in my garden. I don't think I have room. I've maximized the space that I have, unless I enlarge the garden somehow, and I'm still looking into doing that. But take advantage of these moments when you have the ability to add to your preps. You don't know how many you're going to get, so take advantage of them. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't, and keep prepping, folks. Take care of yourselves, keep your head on a swivel, and keep prepping. Until next time, catch you later.